Well, hey everybody, it's Chuck. Welcome back to the Cybertruck. This is going to be a modified first impressions drive. Got some personal constraints today I'm working around, but we're going to do a quickie here. I can't tell the difference in this version. They did not do any ADAS testing out here, so I think they think they've got the turn fixed. This turn, the unprotected left. Let's kick this off with an unprotected left, loop around, do some of our first impressions drive and see what we see. All right, looking out to the left. There's a nice big gap here, but not from the right. Is it gonna go to the median? It sure is. All right, let me pull up these cameras. Oh, and the left lane's open and it rolled it. Nice job. Wow, very, very confident on that. That was impressive. The left lane was open. I guess it saw the left lane was open, but it did not even pause there. That was just a nice unprotected left. All right, we'll do a quick U-turn here. Cybertruck U-turns are always fun. They can do them well because of the four-wheel steering. See what we get here in the traffic. Got a little bit to wait for, so it can't roll it. How far out's it gonna go? Got a nice big gap after this little selection of 5 cars here, but there's a car rapidly coming behind. Is it gonna go out in front of it? Is it gonna go? Ooh, it's gonna, okay, it waited. I think that was the right decision, because you know, unprotected lefts, how fast you can do them. Oh, now we got a lot of traffic coming. Is it gonna go here? Oh, that's a tighter gap than the last one, but you're gonna do it. All right, let's see, you're gonna give me a commit. You gotta give me a commit, give me a commit. Good, all right, in the right lane. Cars definitely had to slow down for us. It had more boost it could have done. Would I have wanted it to do it differently? I'm not so sure. I would have used more acceleration, but I don't know that I would want FSD to do anything different than it just did. That was good. I'm feeling a little bit of braking here, and I'm not sure, is it just because I'm in standard, it's doing its 5 over? I think that's what that was. A little bit of a deceleration. I thought might have been because of a shadow, but now that I'm looking at the speed, I'm already going 5 over, and that's kind of where the standard mode likes to stay. I did some drives already this morning on the Model Y. I don't know when this video is going to be able to be posted. I'll try to do my best. I really didn't see anything. It was smooth. It was good. But, you know, trying to articulate what that release note sees, I'm not so sure yet. There were a couple guys that saying that it's relaxed nagging. I don't think there is. I'm going to look at my phone in the Cybertruck. I did this in the Model Y already. All right, here I'm looking at the phone. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. That's standard. So at 6 seconds and it busts your chops. We did not get texting and driving in this build, so don't believe those rumors if that's what you think. Now, this little green dot means that, I'm gonna make this go away because I've got this up here, that it's using the hands-free mode. It can see my eyes. Now, one of the things on the Cybertruck I've noticed is for me, it doesn't re-cage as quickly. So I'm gonna see if I can get this little green dot to go away on this drive, and then how quickly it comes back. So there may be something going on that people are seeing, and we just need to kind of figure it out through each other's observations what it is. All right, nice, smooth, unprotected left there on a flashing yellow. And let's go down Birkenhead and see what this narrow roads looks like. Doesn't look like we're going to encounter much traffic, so should be fairly straightforward. Definitely doing NHTSA stops. Did have some traffic there, but full NHTSA, creep, and roll, fine. Didn't feel any brake taps. It was just slow, steady creep out into the traffic. Got these large speed humps here, and it's decelerating just fine for these. It doesn't always see all of them. I think it's a lighting scenario. I don't think these are mapped. I think it's just lighting. Now, this could be part of that, you know, visual precision that's being included, the video encoder, higher resolution. He kind of had to go around me. Did you see how much He had to go around me. I was not all the way to the right, being a little bit of a road hog here with the Cybertruck. Oh, it saw this speed hump at the last second. It did see it though. No issues here. Creep, creep, creep. It's fine. No traffic to worry about. All right, we got one more speed hump and then our unprotected left center turn lane scenario. It's noon, probably going to be low traffic, maybe medium traffic. We'll see what we get. Never know. This car in front of us could be a constraint. All right. If you notice, that car that just did it's using the center turn lane, just like we discussed. He's going right, so we're next. All right, it's a small gap from the left and clear from the right. Okay, don't go there. You waited too long. Okay, that was just a creep. Still clear from the right. Now we're wide open. Is it going to go? Nope. Look at it. It's waiting on this truck. Wow. That was a wasted opportunity. So this truck with his blinker on completely faked it out. Completely. I don't know why it didn't go in front of that car. He was going so slow. I don't know if we're seeing anything else different. No, it should have gone. Okay, here's the truck, and now we're rolling. Should be able to go roller the whole way. Yep, no problem. Well, I normally am not confused as to when it's going to go. That one confused me. And it's mostly just because, so it was a red truck, had his blinker on. If it was looking at the blinker, it could have taken that as input to go, I can go. He was going much slower than the traffic said he could go. Huh. Not sure. All right, I took out the parking scenario up here in this parking lot only because I think my 360 camera up there is going to run out of battery just based off of how much filming I've already done but haven't been able to recharge. So I'm trying to get most of this drive in with as many of the camera views as possible. So we'll just kind of keep it rolling. We had a school zone in the Model Y this morning, but not during school hours. And the car transitioned, the Juniper transitioned to 15 miles an hour, which is an interesting situation that it saw the school zone sign without any flashing indicators, but it wasn't correctly managing speed based off of the time windows posted on the sign. Just up here is where we have that speed sign with the flashing light. So it'll be interesting to see if there's anything different coming up in this school zone today. We do have a car flashing his lights, so we need to get in the left lane probably. There we go. He's kind of just, it looks like it's a yard man, kind of got his cone out. Now we'll come back to the right. So let's watch this school zone today. No flashing lights, because it's midday. It definitely says school zone when flashing. Right here. Okay, so it didn't do anything, which is what it should have done. So I don't think we're reading signs yet. I know if they were able to read signs, they probably would have said something about it in the release notes, unless they're doing it in shadow mode and just want to perfect it. I don't know. But that was the correct behavior that time. All right, we'll pull into this Wawa up here, back into the Supercharger, or see what it decides to do. I think I took my navigation. You guys made a good comment on one of the posts that I had avoid highways selected, and that might have been why it wasn't routing on the highway for me. So I turned that off now in my cloud profile for testing. So we'll see if it jumps back on the highway after we back into the spot. And it does automatically have charger selected. It says 4 chargers are open on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it's just about right. Where are you going to park? Oh, you're going right on the end, are you? You didn't follow urinal protocol. There were spots open on the end. This is not even a supercharger spot. That's not good. Okay. That was a fail. You backed into a supercharger that's not a supercharger spot. So that was unusually disappointing for the I mean, these are the spots in front of the superchargers, but you parked in front of a spot that didn't have a supercharger. So that was unfortunate. You know, I think that is something that Tesla ought to be aware of. That actually might be the first time that's happened to me. I don't know if that's happened to anyone else, where it just improperly used a spot. I mean, it's got its own mode, so you would think that it, unless parking in front of a charger just means backing up. But just so you know, without the avoid highway selector on, it is now going the way I had been wanting it to go. All right, if it jumps out in front of this car, it should be going right. There we go. That was a good commit into the right lane with a fast approaching car coming from the left. All right, I'm gonna put it up into Mad Max mode just to play this way a little bit onto the highway. See if we get any different merging behaviors, anything like that we'll notice. And when I say merging, I wanna feel aggressive commits into lane changes instead of just the blink and wait for the large gap. What do you guys want me to test on this version? I guess you got to talk to me about it. You know, the thin chain test did not pass this morning on the Model Y, so I don't think that has been fixed with this new video encoder resolution. We'll just have to look for scenarios that match the release notes of emergency vehicles, hand gestures, and small things on the road. It might have had something to do with the leaves. We'll need somebody to test the leaves up in New England or up north where they're still falling. Somewhere where they might be still falling. All right, jumping onto the highway here. Good acceleration there, even though we got a car in front of us. You can sort of tell it wants to be Mad Max right now. Blinkers on. Here comes the lane change. Yep, and around the slower traffic already. And we are already at 10 over, 11 over, 12. Is it going to go straight to 80? Almost. 79. 80. That's 15 over. And we're passing. 16 over, 82. Is it going to get all the way to 85? It sure as heck is going to try. It's going to be constrained by this car. Check on my cameras up there. You doing all right? Wow. Smooth lane changes, don't have any problems with it. You do have a policeman up there. Kind of need to be careful now. He's got his lights on already, so he's obviously going after somebody else or got an emergency to tend to. But that was the closest I've been to an emergency vehicle so far, and we're behind him, so. And we're merging over onto I-10. I need to get this edit trip done. All right, jumping on I-10 here. Let's see if it jumps all the way into the left lane in Mad Max. Is it going to go around this truck in front of him? Looks like it's going to go in front. Blinker's already on though. It wants to be in the left lane. Yep, far left lane. It's going to keep on going. One more to go. So now we're in a 55 and it's going 77. Kind of gave that truck a little bit of room. It definitely does not seem to want to be going 80 on a 55. So there is an upper limit. So we're 20 over there. Unless it's using the road and the construction kind of barricades or something else to constrain it, it feels like it's not going any faster than that. Somebody asked a good question earlier today on X about why they're still doing the NHTSA stops if they're allowing themselves to go 20 miles over. And I honestly don't know the answer unless it has something to do with specific instructions. They were given specific instructions not to roll the stop signs. I don't know, have they been given specific instructions from NHTSA about speed control yet? If they have, then I'm mistaken. But because it does not seem like they ought to follow NHTSA's, recommendations in one area and not in another. I think it might just be this implementation strategy. And don't forget the NHTSA stops, and the ruling on that was, I don't know if you saw that truck coming over into my lane. He was swerving. He didn't have a blinker on. My hands went near the wheel because there was a pinch point there. I had a car to the left and him coming to the right. The truck kind of squeezed through it. I don't know that there was much I could have done if he was coming over other than maybe tap the brake to slow down. All right, we're gonna be jumping over the river here in a bit. We're not going to Memorial Park. I'm gonna have to cut this drive short. I'm not gonna be able to do the full route, but I I think we got a good sample going on this drive. It feels the same. It's very confident. I have not felt any weird braking issues. I haven't had any great lane changes to discuss aggressiveness in the merge. It's still got every bit of Mad Max in it though. I thought I turned that off. Didn't I already turn you off? Why did you come back on? All right, so now it's in a situation, it needs to be in the right lane. And how are you gonna do it? You got to, okay, so you're in the right spot now. It's gotta be in this lane or the right lane. For some reason, it was wanting to get over by that truck, but this is adequate to go straight to take the bridge. This interchange, I don't know if you can see it on the map or not, it's very complex. There are multiple scenarios that you can use to get to the same place. But the way the navigation planner works, it doesn't work like that. It's got one path, and it doesn't choose the better of them all the time. It actually usually chooses the worst one for some reason, because it probably doesn't have a way of evaluating which one is better or worse. And it tries for the one that it's selected until it's too late. And sometimes it's too late to take the other one based off of its decision. So there's a little bit of a logic. And you know what? And maybe this is about the 10x context link that it needs more context in those multi-level interchanges where there's more than one way to get where you're going. And you ought to be able to choose the one with the least required lane changes or shorter distance. And very often it'll do 5 lane changes when it could have done 1 or 0 to get to the same place. So, I don't know, something to think about. If the Tesla team's still watching this video, I don't know what the answer to that is. And it doesn't happen everywhere where you've got like multi ways to get to the same place at a large interchange. But I've got one for you here in Jacksonville at Interstate I-10 and I-95. And I know there's a lot in LA and, you know, other large cities with big interchanges. So I know this is not unique. All right, well, we are coming up on the end of this drive. And if I were to say, and I'm just looking up, I think my 360 camera is done, so I don't know when it cut out. But if I were to say, what do I think about 14.2? I'm not sure why they gave it a new number yet. It feels like 14.1.8 to me. We do have one new release note. I have not been able to see anything on a drive yet that points to that release note's change. That doesn't mean it's not here. There definitely could be something under the hood. This could be more parameters. We don't know it. There's a whole lot of things it could be. So we just can't assume, as testers out here. As long as it's driving safe and consistent and okay, she's going there and I'm not going there. So it was a definite driver error there, not anything else. I'm just going to call this a good drive, and for you guys to dissect and think what you want. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully I get this video up before too long. Have a great day, everybody.